Okay, sir.
Right? Okay, so
Yes.
yeah, today let's have the other service provided by the Amazon Web Services called VPC. I think you guys are familiar with VPN network, right? What is VPN? Virtual Private Network. Okay, so let me share the screen. I hope which screen you can see now, participants. Hello, hello, hello.
Uh,
Yeah,
Sir, the
you can.
Amazon console.
Yeah. Amazon console you can see right now. Uh, yeah, so you can see my Amazon management console right now. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today's topic in days 10, let me try to finish some of the other services which are required for to run machine learning programs. Okay, so like yesterday I was discussing about Lex, okay, for sentiment analysis. Okay, so today we'll try to discuss about VPC, virtual private cloud. Okay, so maybe in coming 2-3 session I'll try to cover load balancing, auto scaling systems, imaging, okay, and Redshift. Okay, so those platforms are also required, sometimes we use, okay, to run machine learning programs. So today's agenda is VPC. uh, as you know, data is very important for the company. Okay, so it should not be accessed by any unauthorized person. Okay, so but the problem with the Amazon Web Services. Okay, so suppose let us say you are creating one account. Imagine you are creating one account. So whatever the data you are uploading in your account, everything will be stored in the public server. Suppose let us say, hope you can see my PPT. Imagine this is your Amazon Web Services. Okay, so Amazon Web Services, AWS. Okay, so AWS will have a common public network for all the users who are having the account with AWS. Suppose let us say I'm having one account. Say, hope you can see my PPT, right? Hello, hello.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Yes.
Imagine that Srinivas sir is having one account. Okay, and Rutuja ma'am is having one account. Okay, and Pooja ma'am is having one account. Okay, imagine all are having separate account. Okay, so now what happened? Let's say let's say, imagine I'm creating the S3 bucket. So after creating S3 bucket, what I will do, I'll dump the data. And that data will be stored in the complete one entire network called the public cloud. Similarly, okay, Srinivas sir is creating one EC2 engine and he is storing some data in EC2 engine. All that data will be stored in the same public network. Okay, how many users are there? All those users will be dumping the data in the same public cloud. Now the problem here, what happens? Let's say, okay, so Rutuja ma'am has uploaded some data here using S3. So I can access that data. Okay, I can access that data. Okay, maybe I'm smart enough. Okay, without, if I know how to access the EC2 engines without the key, so I can access your data. Okay, so there is no privacy about the data as well as the private public cloud is concerned. Understood? But the Amazon also offers you to design the layer, custom layer. Okay, and using that custom layers, okay, so we can design the architecture of the company called the private cloud. So what I will do, let's imagine that again. Let me clear this. Imagine this is my architecture. Just try to understand the architecture. Huh? Understand the architecture, you will understand VPC. Imagine that this is my public cloud. Okay, this is my public cloud provided by Amazon. Okay, so all the data is stored here. Now what I will do, let us imagine that I want to purchase one AWS account for my company, say ABC. Okay, so ABC, so that means if my company data is there means I cannot upload all the data in this public cloud because others can also access it. So what I will do, I'll try to create one small network, I mean small cloud here, or called a small network. Okay, a small network, and whatever the data of the company is there, so what I will do, I will try to store in this network. Hope you are clear, participants. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So understood, no, the clear architecture. So what I will do, inside the public cloud, what I will do, I'll try to create one more cloud called private cloud. Understood? The private cloud, and all my company data I'll try to store inside this private cloud, which is in the public cloud. Understood? Now what happens, suppose let us say someone wants to access the data. Imagine someone wants to access the data which is of private cloud now, which is a private cloud, which is in private cloud. So he needs an access permission. Okay, he needs an access permission. If he is having the access permission, then only he can access my data. Otherwise, it is not possible to access the data. Okay, so when it comes to data security, it's very important. Okay, so far in day 9 till 9. So whenever I was installing him, whenever I was deploying the EC2 engine, I used to take anywhere. Okay, 000, anyone can access it. Okay, but it is not a right solution. Okay, it's not a right practice actually, because your data is not secure over there. So let's try to restrict, okay, our public cloud so that only the authorized user can access our data. So this is the agenda. So that can be possible. We can create that one. It is possible using our VPC. VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. Okay, which completely works on the principle of virtual private network. There will be tunneling between the two nodes over there. Now next is most important. Okay, when you are creating any VPC, virtual private network in Amazon Web Services, so we should be familiar with these two things. Okay, we should be very familiar with, okay, three things actually. Okay, out of which two things are this one, router. Okay, so what is router? Now next is internet gateway. Okay, router is a device or a system where we can transfer the IP addresses, or let's say I want to transfer the packet in the specific region or the specific networks. Okay, so that will, okay, so for that one we will be using router. I'll just demonstrate in practical when I'm performing hands-on session. The next, we need internet gateway. Why we need internet gateway? And can anyone tell me please? Hello? 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 What is the purpose of internet gateway? Suppose let us say, okay, you have a private, the private cloud, okay, and you want to communicate with outside of the cloud. Let's say public cloud. You want to communicate with the public cloud. Understood? To get the communication, intercommunication between the private cloud and the public cloud, we need what? Internet gateway. Okay, and this complete VPC system works on IP addresses. Okay, there will be a normal IP address and there will be subnet IP addresses. We'll try to discuss about that. Okay, in the section. In hands-on section, I will demonstrate this. So this is the agenda. So next is, let's go to next PPT. Hope you are clear with this. Okay, next, let's go to next PPT. Let's try to discuss the architecture first. So this is my architecture. Participants, can you see the architecture? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so this
sir.
is my architecture. I'm going to design this now, VPC system. Okay, so say, imagine, okay, this is my what? AWS. Can you see this AWS? Hello? Be reflexive, huh?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this is AWS is nothing but my public cloud. Okay, fine. This is my public cloud. Under the public cloud, what I will do, I will create one private cloud called VPC. Cleared? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to create VPC called private cloud. Now, if I want to communicate with this VPC, inside this VPC, if I want to exchange the packets or the data, what I will do, I'll make use of the concept of routing table I will use. Okay, so routing table to route the packets. Okay, so now if I want to communicate with internet, have a look on this. Hello? Hello? Okay,
Yes,
if I
Yes,
want to
sir.
communicate with internet, what I will do, I'll make use of a internet gateway. Okay, internet gateway I will use. Through the internet gateway, I will send the packets to my, okay, the VPC, which is okay inside my public cloud of Amazon Web Services. So this is this architecture we are going to design here. Okay, so what I will do here, I'll have a twist on my network or the architecture. So what I will do here, let's go to discuss on this VPC inside the VPC now. Okay, inside the VPC, what I will do inside the VPC, I'll try to create, okay, the two servers. I'll try to create the two servers. Hold on. I'll try to create the two servers. Just focus on this now. Okay, so focus on this. I'll try to create two servers. Okay, in one server, two server means EC2 engines. Okay, in one server, I'll give the access for the internet. Okay, and another server, I will not give the access for the internet. That means from one server, EC2 server, I can access the internet from the outside of the world, and from other EC2, I'm not able to access the internet. Hope you are clear. Participants?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so hope you are
Yes, sir.
clear with the architecture now. Let's try to design now. Let's try to design, because in giving the access to the internet means, okay, so I'm giving the public access of my VPC network. Understood? So anyone can come if they have the access key. They can, using that access key, they can access my virtual private network. If they don't have access key, they are not able to, okay, access my the virtual private network. In sometimes what happens, there will be very important data related to the company. Understood? In that case, it's not good to give the internet access. Okay, so to do that, what I will do, I'll create one server. Okay, after creating that server, I'll keep that server inside my VPC, virtual private network, and whatever the access is there, I will try to access within the VPC on that EC2 engine. Understood? Let's maybe if I explain more, it will be complicated. So let's try to start creating one by one, step by step, then you will understand. Where it is, where is the PPT? Hold on. Hold on. Where's my PPT? Where is my PPT? Hold on, guys. Hold on, participants. It's craziness. Okay. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this is the architecture. Okay. So this is the architecture. Now this, okay, let's start with designing VPC. Already AWS is created, right? Hello. You should be reflecting, huh?
Yes.
Otherwise you will not understand.
Yes.
Everything will be messed up. Okay. So already AWS public cloud is created, right? The moment when you enter your AWS console, that means you are in public cloud. Understood? Let's go to my public console. Hope you can see my console now. Okay, so
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, public console. Now, right now I'm in public console. So one more thing, remember, while designing the VPC, okay, take utmost care, because the moment when you are registering with AWS, they give one default VPC. Understood? If something went wrong there, let us imagine that you have deleted one subnet mask over there in the default VPC. Understood? You cannot, what I can say, you cannot recover that, and the entire your the account will go down. Understood? So after that, you have to contact the AWS service provider. Then they will take around 48 hours to reconfigure your the accounts. So it's a recommend from my side. Take the utmost care, okay, while designing architecture using VPC systems. Okay, so what I will do, just to avoid the confusion, okay, I will not create the VPC on my default location, which is that Mumbai location. Okay, can you see this? Okay, so what I will do, instead of creating the VPC in Mumbai location, I'll try to create the VPC on some other region. Let's say I will choose Oregon region. Fine. Okay, so I'm migrating my server right from Mumbai region to Oregon region, and remember, they are not going to charge anything for VPC. Okay, so till 1 year, so you can access the VPC. Okay, but take utmost care while designing the architecture over there. Understood? Right now I'm in Oregon region. Okay, so in Oregon, let's see how many subnet masks are there later. Okay, so next, just go to AWS services. Here, either you can type VPC, just to type VPC. Okay, so you will be redirected to this. So this is the service which is provided by the Amazon. Just click on this VPC. Click on the VPC. Click on VPC. Hold on. Click on VPC. Okay. Can you see participants? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, have a look on
Yes,
this.
sir.
Have a look on this. See, as far as this region is concerned, Oregon region is concerned, I have one VPC. Okay, let me click on, okay, one VPC, which is default VPC. Understood? And it is going to affect my Mumbai region VPC also. Understood? Here, under this VPC, there are sub networks. Okay, subnet masks. There are 4 subnet masks. Means under Oregon, okay, there are 4 data centers. Hope you are clear. Okay, so there are 4 data centers. So that means I can keep my data in any of these 4 data centers under Oregon region. Understood? Those are called, okay, every data center will have one IP address, understood, which falls under the category region of the Oregon over there. So if 4 subnet masks are there, means there are 4 data center in that particular region. Okay, so you can see here there are 4 data centers over there. Understood? Hope you are cleared. Cleared now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Cleared, right? Okay. Under one region, Oregon region, there are 4 subnet masks here. Okay, subnet. That means there are 4 data centers in that Oregon region. Understood? So this is, hope you are clear. Now let's go to the next freshly we'll try to install now. Okay, so the moment when you are hover over to your VPC, okay, so just click on this option, your VPC. Hold on. Click on this option called your VPC. Okay, so here, hold on. Let me check here. So this is, hope you can see, there is one VPC which is already created, but this is my default VPC. Let me note the series number there. Okay, my VPC ID, default VPC ID is A69. Okay, last 3 digits I'll remember because I don't want to modify that VPC. Now to create VPC, okay, just hit on create VPC. Create VPC. Now next is after that, okay, give the name. Okay, give the name for your VPC. Okay, so my name be, let's see, my name be XER Okay, XER which is my tag name. Okay, now next comes the IP addresses. Okay, so when my IP addresses, IPv4 option is also available, as well as we have IPv6. I will go with IPv4. Okay, IPv4 options. When while selecting the IPv4, the options. Okay, so we have the classes here. So based upon the classes, we have to select the IP address for my VPC. Understood? So I think you guys are familiar with the classes of IP addresses. Okay, there are, I think, A, B, C, D, E, F, right? 6 classes are there. I don't know, but see here, class A 32-bit. IPv4 means obviously 32-bit. So after in 32-bit, 8-bit for network ID. This is for network ID, remember. Okay, and always your first bit of class A will be 0. Understood? And if you are choosing the IP address from class A, so we can have around 16 crore 7,77,000. Okay, these many IP addresses we can set here. Understood? These many IP addresses we can have, and the range between the class A is 0.000/0 till 127. They have mentioned no 255. This is the default mask. Okay, so there is somewhere I have seen. Okay, so this is a range over there. Okay, so this is in case of class A. So always remember while selecting the IP addresses, okay, better you select the IP addresses from which fall under the category of class A. Similarly, we have class B. Okay, in class B, 8-bit for 32-bit total, out of which 16-bit for network ID and 16-bit for host ID. That means the options here, options for selecting the IP address is decreasing here. Similarly, class C, okay, network ID is 24-bit, host ID is 8-bit here. Understood? So obviously here the number of IP addresses again still it is decreasing. Understood? So this is about the IP addresses. So what I will do, I'll try to choose the IP addresses from class A. Let's imagine that my class A IP address B. Okay, I'll choose the IP address here 10 dot. Okay, someone can note down this 10.1.0.0/16. Okay, any doubt here, participants? Hello.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Because this is very important, in as far as network part is concerned, in VPC, the range of, you should know, you should be very clear with the range of the IP addresses. So here, this fall under the category of what? Class A. Can someone tell me what is this /16? Hello? Someone tell me what is that class 16? 2 to the power of 16. That means the range over there. Understood? So I can have around 65,000, I guess. Okay, let me check here. Okay, so yeah, this is the range over there. Okay, so I can have 16 means, can you see here 2 to the power of 16? Okay, 2 to the power of 16 means I can have I can assign in that VPC. Okay, I can assign the IP addresses up to 65,536. 16 means, okay, so just that you keep in mind. So here 16, the range starts from 16. If you are increasing the range over there, the number of IP addresses are going to reduce over there. Understood? And most important, what you have to remember here is, see, 10.1, this is then my IP address. Understood? But for the VPC, using this IP address, I can create the subnet mask. Subnet mask means within the private IP addresses, I can create sub IP addresses. Let's imagine that there is a company. Understood? In company, there are 4 department: HR department, finance department, marketing department, XYZ department. So that means what I can do, okay, so I can create, okay, or I can assign individual server, nothing but the individual IP address for HR, individual IP address for finance department, digital marketing, or XYZ. Understood? And that individual IP addresses you are assigning, no, that falls under the category of this IP address. Let us say if I want to assign one server for HR department, so what I will do, I will assign the IP address in that fashion: 10.1.1, cleared? Or 10.1.0.1, cleared? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, similarly, let's say for marketing, I want to assign. So what I will do, I'll say 10.1. Okay, 0.2. But this sequence is there, right? 10.1. Okay, so this is the IP address, okay, of VPC. Understood? And that those IP address, subnet mask IP address you are assigning, that fall under the category of this VPC. We'll discuss about that one. But for the instance of time, just remember this: 16 means we can have up to 65,000 IP address within this VPC network. Rest of the thing you keep as it is, because I want to discuss about, I don't want to discuss about IPv6 here. Understood? So tag already given. Okay, the name of my VPC is XER XEZ over here. Okay, so next is create VPC. It's very simple, right? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
It's very
Yes,
simple.
sir.
VPC is created now. So that means let's go to now. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so this is my VPC ID. Let me note down this somewhere in the paper. Okay, so my last 3 digits are there, right? What is that? EFC. You can see here. This is my ID. Just note down this EFC3. Okay, so that I don't want, okay, I don't want mix this IP with my default VPC. Okay, so next is, let's go to the architecture. No, hope you can see my architecture. Yeah, go to architecture. Okay, so here what I did, so till now what I did, under AWS public cloud, I have created my private cloud called VPC. And what is the name of that VPC? Hello.
ES32.
No, yeah, ES32 is the IP ID over there. And my
Okay.
name of the VPC is what? XER XEZ. Understood? The next, what I have to do is, so already a VPC is created here. Now I have to connect this one with where? The internet. Understood? So I have to connect this one with the internet. To connect with the internet, what I have to do? I have to configure my router. Okay, so after configuring router, I have to configure my internet gateway. So that means these 2 things are required. Suppose if I want over, okay, inside my VPC here. So to do, let's try to configure now. Okay, so again, I'll go to my console. Let's go to console. Okay, go to console. Next is, after creating an VPC, okay, tenancy leave default. Okay, so VPC got created. Let me check. VPC, this is the CID IPv4 number here. Okay, 10.1.0.0./16. Okay, so let me go again. Let me check my VPC. You go to, okay, type, click on your VPC. Hold on. Yeah, can you see? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Can you see?
Yes,
One
sir.
VPC got created. That means private cloud got created. That means that cloud is not communicating with the external world now. Okay, so next is what we have to do is, so what I will do, I will create a 4 servers. Okay, 4 servers inside my VPC. In that 4 servers, okay, for 2 servers, I'll give the access permission, the internet access permission, so that, okay, the people from the outside world can communicate with those services. Understood? And for 2 services, 2 servers, okay, I will not give the internet access. Understood? So that all the data of the company I'm going to save, okay, in that server which is not connected with the internet. Understood? So that is also possible. Let's try to do that one. Okay, so now 4 server I said, okay, so you can convert that one into sub departments inside the company. Let's say HR department, financial department, digital marketing department, okay, and next R&D department. Say digital marketing and HR department, I want to give the access, internet access permission. And for R&D and okay, finance department, I don't want to give the internet access permission. Suppose even if the user wants to communicate with the R&D or finance, they have to communicate through the HR department or some other department which is having the internet connection. Okay, so to do that, okay, first and foremost, to create the servers inside my VPC. Okay, so generally what we do, we try to use subnet mask. Okay, subnet system. Hit on subnet. See, already as well as Oregon region is concerned, I have 4 subnet. That means inside the Oregon, I have 4 data centers. Now let's try to create, okay, one by one the servers now. Okay, so to create sub servers inside the VPC, just hit on create subnet. Create subnet. Okay, so here, I hope you can see my screen, participants.
Yes,
Which
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now let's try to create first public server. Public server means I will give the internet access for that server. Hope you are clear. Okay, so let's have, just to avoid the confusion, what I will do, I'll use public. Okay, public hyphen 2a is 2a. Okay, so that means this indicates that library system I'm creating, public network means I'm going to have internet connection. I can access this server, public, okay, which is public to everyone. 2a, there are 2 servers. Out of 2, this is the first server, A. Understood? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so next VPC, there are 2 VPC right now, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 VPC. One is default VPC. This is my default VPC and this is my already custom VPC, just now what I have created. So I will select this one. So that means this server 2A server is now I'm deploying inside my private cloud. Understood? So availability zone, most important here is, see, have a look on this just to avoid the confusion. See, what I will do for public 2A, I will assign West 2A. Understood? I will assign
Yes, sir.
2A. Okay, so that means I'll keep this network, sorry, I'll keep this server under the data center of West 2A inside the, okay, Oregon region. Understood? Now again, here you can differentiate between the VPC IP address and the subnet IP address. Now I want to assign one IP address for this public 2A server. Okay, so while assigning the public IP for this server, always remember your first 2 number will be same. What is that? 10 point, hello?
10
What
point.
was it? 10.1.
10.1.
10.1 is an VPC IP address, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now subnet mask. Subnet is the sub network inside that VPC. So I will assign 1 here. Okay, 1.0. That means this 1.0 indicates that, okay, this IP, that is public hyphen 2A, fall under the category of VPC XER XEZ. Hope you are clear. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
next is what I will do /24. That means as far as this server is concerned called public 2A, inside the server, I can assign or I can connect up to 256 computers. Hope you are clear. /24 means maximum 256 system I can connect. Okay, so more than that, it is not possible. Understood? So 10.1 is an VPC IP address. I'm extending now public to a 10.1.1.0/24. Let's try to create now. I'll create this one. Okay, so that means I have already created one. Okay, so this is the ID, subnet ID of my already just now created the subnet mask. Okay, subnet. Now next, similarly, let's try to create one more for public. Okay, the process will remain same. Now you have to tell me, okay, how to assign the IP addresses. Tag. Okay, so what I will do, tag, what tag I can give? Tell me.
Public,
Public.
2B.
Public /2B. Okay, public /2B. That is the second server in public. VPC. VPC.
Which we
XCR,
have created.
Yeah, XCR. Availability zone
2B. We'll take the
2B.
next zone.
Okay, yeah. I'll take 2B. So 2A, 2B for public. Okay, somewhere you note down that. Otherwise, you'll get confused later.
Okay, sir.
Public network. Okay. So next is IP address. Tell me.
10.1.2.0.
Yes, 10.1.2.0/24.
24.
That means I can have 256 systems here. Okay, hope you are cleared. Okay, again, let me create this. Okay, so now I have created two servers, sub-servers inside my XCR XZ VPC. Now let's try to create the private now. Private means I'm going to create the server, but I'm not going to give the access for those the servers. Okay, so yeah, tell me how we can, what tag name I can give here?
Private hyphen
Private
2A.
hyphen 2A. Okay, 2A, good. Private hyphen 2A, VPC.
The custom one which we have
Yes,
created.
custom one, yeah. XCR XZ. Availability zone. We cannot assign, remember, this is very important question, maybe an interview also. We cannot assign this already assigned subnet here, 2A, 2B, understood? So I can assign the next one, west to 2C. Fine? Yeah, IP address, tell me. IP address for my private hyphen 2A. 10 dot.
1
Tell
dot.
me. 1 dot.
1 dot.
Already 1 and 2 given, right?
Yes.
I can give 3.
3.
0/24. Understood? So again, I can have 256 computers here. Okay, so similarly, let me create one more. Okay, let me create one more. Go to create subnet. Create subnet, same thing, private to B, correct? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Correct to B, VPC, XCR, XZ, zone, which zone?
2D, West 2D.
Okay, 2C and 2D for my private. Okay, let me just write somewhere. Okay, 2D, okay, 2D, West 2D. Okay, so this is my VPC IP, subnet IP assigned. 10 dot.
1 dot.
1
4
dot.
dot 0.
How much? 4 dot
4.
0/24.
24.
Okay, so that means I have created now 4 subnet now. Okay, so I think it's enough. 4 subnets are enough now. Okay, so if you want, you can create more. So right now I'll create this. You compare with the number of departments which are there in the company. Understood? So next is after creating the subnets. Okay, so next let's go to again architecture. Let's go to architecture. Hope you can see the architecture now. PPT you can see, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now subnet is over. Next, what is there? I want to create routing table. Okay, so after creating routing table, okay, all those instances EC2, you can compare EC2 with that subnet. So inside my VPC, I have now 4 servers. Understood? So now if I want to communicate that, if I want to send the packets, with that 4 servers, understood. I have to design one routing table here, routing table, and that routing table again I have to connect with the internet gateway, so that whatever the internet access is there from the outside of the world, that I can access through internet gateway, and the router will route that packets to the specific location or the specific server here. Let's try to design that. Okay, so next what we need to do is go to internet gateway. Okay, so next stage is internet gateway. Hit on internet gateway. Hit on internet gateway. Okay, so here create internet gateway. Okay, so this is for the default. Hope you can see here internet gateway. Okay, so this is for the default one. Next, what I have to do is I have to create one internet gateway here. Create internet gateway. Hit on internet gateway. Okay, give the tag name here. So let's say the tag name be XEZ. Okay, hyphen gateway. Okay, I'll write gateway. Okay, right? Fine. So create the internet gateway. Rest everything. This is a tag is optional here. Just giving the name of the internet gateway, automatically it will take care. Amazon will take care of all that routing work. So now the gateway is okay. So I have created the gateway now. Let me check. Yeah. Okay. So next is what you have to do. This is very important. After creating the gateway, okay. So I have to attach this one with the where. Have a look on this gateway. Okay. Internet gateway is created now. Participants, be reflexive, huh?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you will not understand. Hope you can see my console. Now, this is gateway already created. Now, let's go to my PPT, which you can you see my PPT?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, have a look on this internet gateway. Just now I have created, right? After creating the internet gateway, so now you only tell me where I have to attach this one.
To the router.
To the router. Router again further it is connected to where?
Instances.
Instances are under where?
VPC.
VPC. That means I have to connect my internet gateway to where? VPC through router. Remember in AWS what happened the moment when you create the internet gateway, no, automatically, okay, the Amazon Web Services will create the routing table. Understood? By default it will get created. Now I have to attach my internet gateway to where? VPC. Okay, so to attach the internet gateway to VPC, what I can do is, hope 1 second. What I can do here is, okay, so already this is my gateway, XER hyphen gateway. So go to actions. Go to actions here, attach to VPC. Can you see this, participants? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, attach to VPC. Now tell me which VPC you want to attach.
Which
Yeah.
we created.
Yeah, which we created. Which is that? XER, XEZ. Hope you can see the screen. Okay,
Yes,
VPC, XER, XEZ. So I'm going to attach this gateway here. Understood? Next, attach internet gateway. Attach internet gateway. So that means it is successfully the attached. Understood? Now let's go to again. I'll go to my VPC. Hold on. Okay, so here have a look on again. I'll go to my architecture now. So that means my architecture is almost completed now. Gateway is connected with internet. Okay, instances is connected now. Router. Okay, through router I'm passing the packets over here. Again, let's go to router. Okay, so there are certain configuration here even inside the router. Okay, so let's try to configure that one so that I can send the packets to my VPC. Okay, so next after configuring gateway, again you go to routing table. Okay, so can you see routing table? Go to routing table, hold on. Go to routing table, root table, hit on root table. Okay, so here, can you see this? Already a routing table is connected, created, right? Can you see this, participants?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, see, already by default, it will create the routing table. Okay, so if you want to check, if you want to differentiate, you can check the VPC last 3 digits. A6969 is my default VPC, and this EFC3 is my what? Custom VPC. Okay, so here, so what I will do, okay, so already what I will do, I'll try to create 2 routing table here. Okay, one routing, using one routing table, okay, I will give the internet access to my public 2A as well as public 2B. Hope you are clear. Understood?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so one routing table, I'll give the packets to internet access to public 2A and 2B. And using the other routing table, what I will do, okay, I will not give any access to that private 2A and private 2B, okay, as the server, which is inside my VPC. So to give the access, what you have to do is, okay, we have to connect my IP addresses. Okay, I have to connect my IP addresses through the internet. Okay, so but before that one, what I will do here, I'll just to avoid the confusion, let me select this. Okay, let me differentiate this. Let's say this is to connect, no? So I'll give public hyphen internet. Cleared? Public hyphen internet. That means I'm going to connect this routing table to my public 2A and public 2B internet with internet. Okay, so select, hit on right. Next, what you have to do is to connect our IP addresses of my public 2A and public 2B to my gateway. Okay, so what we need to do is go to routing tables. Hold on. One second. Yeah, what I can do here is, hold on, participants. VPC. Okay, yeah. Here, what you have to do is, suppose if I want to give the internet connections, okay, go to subnet association. Can you see this? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
subnet, go to subnet association. Hit on subnet association. Here, okay, I have to assign my subnets here. Okay, so to assign the subnets, go to hit on edit subnet association. Hit on subnet association. Now you only tell me which subnets I have to select here. For giving internet connection, for public internet. Which are the
1 and
Public
2.
2A
1
and
and 2.
2B.
Yeah, public 2A and public public 2B and public 2A and public 2B. So that means I will assign this to subnet. Hope you are clear. Any doubt here, other participants? And these are the IP addresses. Okay, so 10.1.1, 10.1.2 here. Save it. Save it. Subnet association is over now. Next, I have to route this. Okay, I have to route this IP addresses. Okay, from VPC to till gateway, internet gateway. So to do that, okay, again, here see, okay, so there is an option called routes. There is an option called routes. Under routes, hit on edit routes. Edit routes. Okay, so here, okay, already by default, I have one VPC, okay, which is nothing but the local here. Right now, local it is. So that means this VPC IP address is applicable for all the 4 servers which are inside my VPC. That is nothing but 10.1.1.0, 10.1.2, 1.3 as well as 1.4, out of which 1.1 and 1.2 are public over there. Now what I will do, let's imagine that whatever the IP addresses I'm creating under that, those 2 subnet masks, that is public 2A and public 2B, which is nothing but say in public 2B, in public 2A, I have created around 100 IP addresses, and in public 2B, I have created around 50. So total will be over there around 150 IP addresses. So everyone should be able to access the internet, all the 150 computers which is falling under public 2A and public 2B. So what I can do here is, again, you select add route here. Add route. Suppose if I want to give the internet access for all the IP addresses which are falling under public 2A and public 2B. So just run. Okay, so hit on, just give the universal, what is that? The common IP addresses, that is 0.0.0 0.0/0. That means all the IP addresses which are falling under the public 2A and public 2B are allowed to access the internet. Hope you are clear. Now here the target, as far as target is concerned, this is very important. Okay, the experts even I have even I had a lot of confusion while configuring this target. So in target, what I have to do is, hold on, target. First, we need to choose the gateway. Can you see here, participants?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so first we have to choose the gateway where it is internet gateway. Have a look on this. Okay, click on internet gateway. Okay, so it gives, this is my ID for internet gateway, which is inside where? Which is this internet gateway falling under which VPC? Hello?
XCR, XCZ.
XCR, XCZ. Okay, again what I have to do is, okay, again click here. Okay, again click here. Okay, so have a look on this. In the moment when you create, it is giving XCR, XCZ the gateway. Okay, select this. XCR, XCZ. Hold on, even hold on. Give internet gateway. After internet gateway, again we have to give the VPC name here. VPC. Huh? Okay, so here internet gateway. So just select this one. Okay, if any a problem arises, means we'll try to modify this again. Fine. So first internet gateway comes. By default, it will take what? Your VPC, nothing but XCR, XCZ there. Save the root. So that means now, okay, now in this, what is this? Routing table, right? Hello, participants. In
Yes,
this routing table, how many servers are there? How many subnets? 2 subnets, 2A and 2B. Okay, public 2A and 2B. And whatever the IP you are creating inside the public 2A and 2B are allowed to access the internet. Okay, are allowed to access the internet here. Similarly, okay, within the network, remember within the network, that means those IP addresses, public 2A and 2B are allowed to intercommunicate with each other here. Similarly, what I will do, okay, I will create one more routing table. Okay, so let's try to create one more routing table. Let's say create root table. Go to root table. Okay, so here let's try to give what name I can give here. There I gave public, right? Here I'll give private. Okay, no internet. No internet connection. Okay, so no internet. That means, remember, inside VPC, there are 2 more servers, private 2A and private 2B. Understood? And what I will do, okay, I'll connect the network. The system in the network, but I will not give the access permission for the packets here. Okay, so name tag no internet, private no internet here, VPC. Okay, go to VPC. I will select my custom VPC, that is XCR, XCZ. Tag, okay, already it is given. Tag what I can, okay, let's try to create later tags. Okay, create it, close this one. Close this one. Can you see this? Private no internet. Okay, already it is up and running now. See here, you can differentiate here. Okay, so this is having internet connection, this is not having internet connection, and all this private and public is falling under my VPC EFC3. Okay, so these are the ID, same ID it is mentioned here. Okay, so next is the system, the configuration will remain the same here. Subnet association, go to subnet association. Okay, subnet association, edit subnet association. Okay, assign the subnet. Now which subnet I have to assign here? Hello.
Sir, I think we selected public internet.
Are you sure? Yeah.
Sir, route table, I mean.
One second. Thank you, Urutuja. Yeah, public. Thank you so much. That should be private. Okay, so private, no internet. Next, subnet association. Go to subnet association. That means I want to add those 2 subnets inside my routing table. Edit subnet association. Tell me which subnet association I have to add here. Pooja ma'am. Pooja ma'am. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Which subnet association? Which subnet I have to select here? Hello. Which subnet? Private 2A and Pooja ma'am. Hello. Private 2A and private
2B.
2B. Yeah, private 2B. So that means no internet connection here. Okay, so next is save it. Save it. Okay, root. Just to give the root. Root in the sense within the VPC. Don't get confused. Understood? So when I talk about giving access, okay, so that is under gateway we'll see. Root. Okay, hit on root. Okay, so all the machines, okay, which are connected with private 2A and private 2B should intercommunicate with each other within the VPC, but they are not allowed to communicate outside of the VPC. Okay, so that we can do using root here. Under root, go to edit routes. Edit routes, add root, give all 0.0.0.0/0. Okay, so next here, same thing. First comes internet gateway, next comes, okay, so next automatically it is taking up, okay, Xerxes gateway. Understood? So next is save this. Save this. That's it. Over. So VPC connections almost done now. Okay, so next is what we have to do here is, okay, so now subnet almost, this is how we are configuring the VPC. Now next what I have to do is go to subnet again. So you go to subnets. Okay, here select 2A. So let's try to see. Okay, so select 2A. What I'm now modifying the, okay, so now I'm giving the internet access. Remember, internet access. So till now what I was doing some networking work over there. Understood? So between I created a public, I connected public 2A and public 2B server, and they are able to intercommunicate with each other. Similarly, I connected private 2A and private 2B, and they are able to interconnect with each other through the router and the gateway. Now let's see, I want to give the, now I want to assign the packets now. To assign the packets, let's say, what I will do, I will not assign the packets for private 2A and private 2B. That means they are not, I'm not going to connect that one to the internet. Let's say to public 2A. Okay, this is it now. Public 2A. Okay, so go to public 2A. Okay, and I want to connect this one to the internet now. To connect to this internet, after selecting that public 2A, go to actions. Okay, go to actions. Inside the actions, see there is an option called modify auto assign IP settings. Can you see this, participants? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so select modify auto assign IP settings. Hit on this. Now here there is an option called, see, this is the subnet. This is an option called auto assign IPv4. Understood? So you click on this. Now that means 2A, public 2A is now able to access internet connection here. Okay, so rest you keep as it is. Okay, so next is save it. Okay, rest save it. So similarly, again I have to do no for this one. For which one? Participants.
Public 2B.
Public 2B. Okay, select public 2B. Select public 2B. Now next is, okay, go to actions. Next to what is the option? Modify auto assign IP settings. Auto assign IP settings. Next to auto assign IPv4. Select this. Next to save it. Select this and save it. Now hope this two, public 2A and public 2B is connected. So this is how we are configuring VPC in Amazon Web Services. Now let's try to use this VPC for my EC2 engine. If you have any doubt, you can ask participants, or else I'll go to EC2 engine. Yes, yes, participant. You have any doubt?
No, sir.
Hello?
No, sir.
Are you sure? No doubt?
Actually, sir, can you repeat the last step again?
Which one?
For the public and private, sorry, the public 2A and public 2B.
See what I did. Okay, so till routing table. Okay, so till routing table, what I did just the internet connection over there. So I have designed. Okay, so my network will be like this now. Hold on. Okay, so let me go to PPT. Then only can you see my PPT?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I did. Okay, so this configuration is same here. Understood? Router, I configured internet gateway through router to EC2. Now here what I did, slight modification I have done here. So here in the slight modification in the sense, hold on, let me take the annotation. Okay, so here what I did, okay, I have created 4 servers here. Let's say first server, second server, third server, and 4th server. Okay, inside this VPC. Okay, inside this VPC I have created. Hold on. Then only you'll understand. So that means this EC2 I'm not, instead of 1 EC2, I have created 4 EC2 here. Okay, 4 EC2 inside the VPC. Out of 4 VPC, okay, out of 4 ECs, the server, okay, one is what? Private. Let's say this is private, PR. This is private. This is also private. Okay, this is also private. Let's say this is public. Okay, public, PU. This is public. Fine. Public. This is also public. Now, after that, what I did, so after creating 4 servers, okay, so next using routing table, I interconnected this PU and PU, okay, this PU, this with this, cleared? Hello?
Yes, sir.
This with this I have connected. That means these 2 servers can interconnect with each other. They can communicate with each other, understood? So we can do it using EFS system inside the VPS system over there. Similarly, in private, what I did, okay, so in private, okay, I have interconnected this server with this server, understood? Hope you are clear. But later on, what I did, okay, under subnet, I configured in such a way that these 2 servers are there, right? Public 1 and public 2. Okay, this is able, these 2 servers can access what? Internet. Understood?
Yes, sir.
These 2 servers can access internet now, but these 2 private EC2 instances are there, right? Or servers are there, no? Are there, right? So they are not able to what? Access the internet. Cleared?
Yes, sir.
Cleared, right?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
so next is, okay, let's try to check whether these 2 servers, I will select any one server and let's see whether that server is able to access the internet or not. In the same way, we will try to check for this also, whether this server is able to access the internet or not inside my VPC. Okay, so hope you are clear. Either any other participants? Hello?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any other doubts?
No, sir, no doubt.
I have one doubt. Let us imagine that. Okay, I have connected public EC2. I have connected one public EC2. Okay, so this EC2 is able to access the internet. Now let us imagine that there is another VPC2 here. Okay, other company VPC2. Okay, VPC. Okay, what is that? VPC2. Okay, and imagine that there is one more public server here. Public server just like this. Now, is it possible to communicate this public server with this public server? Hope you are clear.
I guess it is possible, sir.
Huh?
I guess it is possible.
Yeah, it's possible only if you have the access permission. Understood? Hello?
Yes, sir.
If it is possible only if you have the access permission, otherwise it is not possible. Understood? So that is what they are maintaining the security. In the same way, let's imagine that another question. This can be these are interview questions. Imagine that you have created one VPC in one region. Let's say Oregon region. You have created one more VPC in Mumbai region. Is it possible to communicate?
Yes, sir, it will be.
It is possible to communicate using tunneling system, that is private key and public key. Okay, until the company people are sharing your private key and public key. Okay, so it is possible to access. Okay, so hope you are clear. Another question, let us imagine that I've created one public server here using Aragon region. Okay, and one more public server using Mumbai region. Now both the public server wants to communicate with each other. Is it possible? Hope you are clear with my question.
No, sir, can you repeat it again?
See, imagine, okay, I have created one public server, okay, under VPC, okay, under VPC in Oregon region. Similarly, okay, imagine that I have one more VPC under my Mumbai region. There also I have created one VPC server, public server, and it is possible to access the internet. Now my question is, okay, the public server which is in the VPC of Oregon region, is it possible to communicate with the server of VPC which is in Mumbai region? Hope you are clear.
Yes, sir, it is possible.
How? Tell me.
Tunneling?
Tunneling is possible, but when the regions changes, no, the complexity in the system also changes over there. Understood? So
Yes, sir.
until okay, so this is what access permission. Until you don't have an access permission, it is not possible to access the data inside the VPC. Okay, that you have to remember. Fine.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so next is these are some of the questions. If you have any other questions, you can ask. Okay, and remember, even if I take for 2 hours, 3 hours, it's not possible. You have to practice this. Then only you will understand how VPC system, how to create the VPC systems. Okay, so next is let's go to now. I'll go to my main console here. Let me close this annotation. Okay, so right now I'm in this. Okay, already 4 subnet masks are created. Now next, let's go to create one EC2 engine. Okay, so to create EC2 engine, I'll go to services. Let me go to services. Let me go to services. Hold on. Hold on, participants. It's taking time. Oh my God. Okay, here I'll go to EC2. Let's try to create one in server. Still I'm in this. What happened? Okay, EC2. Go to EC2. Hold on, participants. Now you have to teach me how to create EC2 engines using new VPC. Okay, so far there are no instances in this region, Oregon region. So let's try to create one instance. Okay, running instances. Let me check here. Hold on. Okay, I would have tried in using this. Launch instance. You know this procedure, right? Participants.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know this procedure, but slide, I'll just try to modify. You will understand now how to create
Sir,
instances.
can we use the EC2 server of some other region? or no?
No, we can't use.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we can't use the EC2 server of other region in this VPC, which is in other region. Let's say Mumbai, you have EC2, you can't access that one. That EC2 server of Mumbai can't access the EC2 server which is in Oregon region. Okay, very good question. Next
Okay.
is I'll use Ubuntu server. Ubuntu server. Next to free tier architecture, I'll use this. Here, most important, have a look on this. Number of instances, how much? I'll use one. Fine. Hello, participants.
Yes, sir.
I'll use one. Network. What is which is at A69? Which is this VPC?
It is the default VPC, sir.
Default VPC. Now the moment when I click here, can you see there is one more VPC here?
Yes, sir.
Can you see
Yes, sir.
XCR, XCZ? Now I'm deploying my machine where? Inside my custom VPC.
Yes, sir.
Understood? Now let's have, I have here options of subnet. Which subnet I have to choose? Let's say public 2A. Which subnet I have to choose?
Public
Which
2A,
subnet, yeah, which subnet is having the access permission, internet access permission now?
public 2A and
Yeah,
public 2B.
2B, public 2A and public 2B is having the internet access here. So this is private, hold on. Public 2A, I'll use public 2A, understood? Or else you can use public 2B also. Now it is mentioning, see, number of capacity of this subnet, 251 addresses I can available. And I can assign 251 addresses here inside this subnet. Okay, so rest of the things are same. Okay, so there is no much difference here.
It was 256, right?
256 and out of 256, 4 are reserved, no sir?
Okay, okay.
Okay, so like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 251 it is by default it is giving 251. Okay, so but I'm not satisfied from my answer. 4 are reserved. Let me check that one.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so next is auto assign public IP. Okay, so I'll keep this one enable. So let the system itself will assign the IP addresses. Okay, so next is no directory. I'll keep the rest of the thing as it is. Okay, so there are no changes. Okay, network interface. Okay, fine. IP, add storage. Okay, so rest of the thing I'll keep default. Add storage. Okay, 8 GB. I think it's enough for me. 8 GB, which is minimum. Add tags. Let's say I'll try to give some tag here. Let's say the tag be name. Let's say name, key is name, and the tag is public 2A, public 2A. Fine, public 2A. Next is security configuration. Okay, group configuration, security group. See, this is very important here. Understood? So this is nothing but the gateway. Okay, gateway here. Config security group is nothing but in AWS it is gateway. Understood? So here by default SSH I'm using. Okay, 22 custom I have given. Okay, under custom, see here 22 under custom. Okay, so here see the moment when you add even the custom no or anywhere, so that means anywhere within this VPC only you can access. Hope you are understanding. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Anywhere within this VPC only you can access that data or access that system. Outside of the world or outside of the VPC is not possible. I'll come to this one. Okay, let's try to change the security group after launching this VPC, and we'll try to have some hands-on this one experiment also. Okay, so so next is SSH I want, and I want to let's say web. I want to upload my Apache server. So to upload my Apache server, what I will do, I'll use all traffic here. Okay, all traffic, where it is, all traffic. Okay, all traffic. This is the range, port range, custom anywhere. Okay, so next is launch it. Launch it. Okay, hold on, this will take time. Okay, launch it. But for this, I will create a new key pair. Let's try to create a new key pair. Public 2A. Public 2A. okay, which is in Oregon region. Download the key pair. Download the key pair. Launch instance. Launch instance. Launch instance. Till then, what we will do? Okay, we'll try to convert this public to A to PPK file. Putty gen hold on, oh my god, putty gen, yeah, putty gen. So select this, load that file, load PEM file. Where it is? It is in download, I guess. Hold on. Tableau auto update. Where is that file? Oh my god. PEM file. Where is that? Hold on, participants. Hold on, please. Where is that file? Just want to check where is that file. Yeah, it's in download only. Let me change the route. Hold on, participants. Oregon region. Otherwise, it will be confusion. Oregon. Yes. Now let's go to Vive instance. Hold on. Put region. Load. Oregon. Which screen you can see, participants? Hello. I'm just converting. I'm converting my PEM file to PPK file. Hold on. That's loading. Save private key. Yes. So I'll save Oregon. Okay, Oregon public. Okay. Fine. Let me close this. I think my hello, hello participants. You can see
Yes,
my
sir.
screen, right? Yeah, I'm in console right now, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So now that this is up and running now, it is initializing. Okay, so we'll wait for some time. But before that, okay, so yeah, there is an option here called security groups. Yeah, subnet. This is the subnet. You can see here. Have a look on the instance. Okay, so this is public 2A. You can see here public 2A. This instance name is, and this is public IP address. Remember, public IP address. This is the public IP address. Okay, and this is the private IP address. Can you see this, participants? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Have a look on this. Public 2A, we had given 10.1.1. 10.1.1, okay, it's for public 2A and automatically the system is assigning C 1. Okay, so 1 is the instance, now first instance of public 2A. Okay, so next is here security, there is an option called security group. VPC AMD public 2A key pair name information. Hold on. Security group. Okay, so I have to select the security group. Servers. Yeah, I have to go to. Hold on. Default security group. Just check. Yeah, security under. Go to security group. Okay, under security group. Yeah, this is default security group. Remember. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the same default security group what we mentioned over while launching the instance. So this is a say default security group. Let's see. Okay, so whether from my system, whether I'm able to access the internet or not, or even I will give this IP address to you also. Let's you also try to access the internet using those IP addresses. Okay, later. First, for the instance of time, I'll use my default security group here. Okay, so next is putty. I'll go to puttygen. Let me try now. Puttygen. Here. Here. Go to details. Copy the IP address. Just copy this. Copy this public IP address. Next is go to putty. Okay, go to SSH auth, share the public key, Oregon. Okay, Oregon PA. Fine, open it. Okay, open it. Ubuntu. Hope you can see now. Hello. Hello, participants.
Yes, sir.
Can you see my this one command? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Can you see the private IP address? What is the private IP address? 10.2, 1.2, 1.2. Okay, 1.1.2. That means this this EC2 server is there. No, it is deployed inside my VPC. Now, next to what I will do, let me update quickly this server apt get. Okay, update. Quickly, I'll try to update this server. Sudo, what is that one? Apt apt get update. Okay, so let me update this server quickly. Hold on. Okay, so let me clear this. So after that, let me try to install Apache server. Sudo, what is the command? Can anyone tell me? Apt get Apache, right? Apache 2. No. Yeah, sudo apt get install Apache 2. Okay. Hold on. Yes. Now, okay, let me try to access this. Okay, let me try to access this Apache server. Meanwhile, you can also try. Hold on. Can you see this? Hello? Which is you can see my console, no? Just copy
Yes,
this. Just copy this public IP address, paste it over here. Okay. Now I can access my Apache server, right? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Can you see
Yes,
the
sir.
screen?
Yes, sir.
I am able to access the Apache server. Similarly, what you do is, I'll share this IP and you try to access this Apache server. Let's see. I'll put in chat window. Okay, so this is my IP address. Just copy and paste. Let's see whether you are able to access the Apache server. Hello? Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trying.
yeah.
Yes, sir, we can access.
You can access the Apache server. That means I have not configured my security group in the EC2 engine, though I have configured everything inside the VPC. Now what I will do, okay, again I'll go to my EC2 engine. Have a look. Okay, I'll go to EC2 engine. Here some more configuration are required. Go to security. Okay, hope you can see my screen now. Okay, go to security. Okay, so under security, okay, there is an option here called security group. Can you see this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, click on security groups. Okay, default security group here. Click on this. Hold on. Okay, so here there is an, okay, so this is my security group for this server, EC2 engine. Okay, so here again I have to edit here. Okay, have a look on this. There is an option here called edit inbound rules. All of you can see, right, the screen. Okay, edit inbound rules. Click on edit inbound rules. Okay, click on edit inbound rules here. Okay, so here what I will do, so everyone can access this IP address, right now. So what I will do, let me close this. Okay, let me close this. Even I'll close this also. Okay, so here SSH, let it be SSH. Okay, so next is here. Okay, hit on custom. All of you, can you see this? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, custom. Hit on custom. There is an option called my IP. Okay, hit on custom. Select my IP. Okay, so this is my IP. This is the IP address of my computer, my personal computer. Let's say, let me check. Okay, whether the same IP or not. My IP. What is my IP? What is my IP? Can you see this? 103.89.232.224 is my IP address. Hope you are clear, participants.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
My system IP address. So same system IP address I'm going to set here. Similarly, for custom, okay, for all traffic, I'll have my IP address. Similarly, here also, okay, for SSH also, I will use my IP address under my VPC, okay, XCR, XCZ. Similarly, here also I'll have my IP address. Now next is, okay, save this, save the rule. Hold on, it is taking time. Okay, inbound rule. Okay, so revoke inbound rule. Now next is retrieve. Okay, so already it is modified now. Next, what I will do, let me again try to access my Apache server. Okay, again I'll go to my EC2 engine. EC2 engine. Okay, EC2 engine, go to instances. Go to instances. Hold on. Okay, so here loading one processed. Hold on. Okay, so again I'll go to this. Again I'll use the same IP address. Okay, again I'll use the same IP address. You also try side by side. Okay, 3424. I can access it. What about you guys? Hello.
Sir, I can do access it.
You can also access. That means the configuration has not configuration was not correct. Is not correct. check the same IP address. No, you can also access that. That means there's something wrong here in the security group. Okay, security group. Go to security group. Here under security group, security group. This is the default. No, where is the default? Inbound rules. These are the inbound. Yeah, again, it has not configured properly. That's the reason you are able to access the this Apache server. One second. Wizards, security group. Here inbound rules. Okay, edit inbound rules. See, it is not configured. Edit inbound rules. So let me delete this. Okay, I don't want this actually. All traffic. Okay, so next is, let's say my IP, SSH my IP, similarly my IP. Okay, so next is add rule. Even custom also. Say all traffic. Where is that all traffic? All TCP, all traffic. All traffic, I'll add one more. All custom IP. I'll use custom IP, my IP. Okay, so next is here. Note the edit made exist rule will result in the edited rules being deleted as a new rules created with the new details. Okay, save the rules. Hold on. It is not creating specified rule peer. This TCP from port 22 to port 22 allow already exist. Let's see. Okay. Retry. Facing some problem here. I can't go back. Next is, let me try again. Hold on, participants.
Sir,
Yes.
hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Tell me, ma'am.
Sir, is that problem arising because 2 times we have given my IP for SSH?
2 times IP
Is
for
it because
SSH.
of that? Because it is saying that allow already exists
1 second.
for
Let me
that
go
IP
back.
address?
SSH, right? Let me delete this. Right? Okay. Add rule. No, I don't want to add rule again. Save rules. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, now let me check whether. Yeah, it has now. See, I have added now. Let's see. Now, let me go to security groups, not security groups. It's loading. Hold on. Instances. Yeah, this is an instance, right? Okay, so copy this. Can you try one again, please? Participants, just try to run this.
Yes.
Whether just see whether you are able to access or not. This IP address. Hello. No, I'm not able to access. Hello. Other participants? Apache, I can access. I can access. What about you guys? Hello? Hello, participants.
Sir, I cannot access.
You cannot access. That means you don't have that permission. Srinivas sir,
Yeah, it's saying not found.
not found, right? That means you cannot access that. Okay, I have given the limitations now. Understood. Only from my computer I can access server. So you are not permitted to access this server. Srinivas sir, other participants, are you practicing? Pooja ma'am? Srinivas sir, are you able to access? Hello? Hello?
No, it's still loading for me.
Okay. Just try whether you are able to access or not. I don't think so that you can access now because I have made that one as a private now, private access.
Sir, I am trying side by side so I can see the one on my device. I can
Yeah.
access Apache from my device.
Other
And
device?
your link I cannot access.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apache you can. My link you can't access. That means I have given the. I have not given the permission. Over
My link I am able to access and yours I cannot access.
you cannot access. Understood? No. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Understood, no? So till here you practice this VPC. Next, let's try to take this one to the next level. That is called auto scaling and load balancing. Okay, using Docker engines and containerization. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubt, you can ask, or else we'll wind up. Any doubt, participants?
No, sir.
Or shall I continue? I think enough today. Okay. So I'll upload this one in YouTube, so you can refer this and try to practice. Try to complete this VPC because rest in coming projects now I'm going to use this VPC. Okay, I'm not going to use a public network. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to sign off now. Shall I sign off?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.